everybody, this is Shawn Powell. I want to do a video about Power Lead systems, but I want to show you how I use Power Lead systems. It's a system that, to me, I call it my backbone system. I have primary businesses that I've done over the years. I've been doing online business since October of 2014. Things really turned around in 2015. I got free from a job in 6 months. I did restaurants for 26 years. And after all these businesses that I've done, I've been with Power Lead Systems since February of 2015. So it had everything to do with how I got free from a job. And I haven't changed a whole lot since February when I came into the Power Lead Systems than I am now in 2021. Now, understand, you can take Power Lead Systems by itself, make it as your primary, and go out to people, okay? I grant you there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people have done it. There's been times where I was doing a primary business, I saw the owner make a bad decision, and the whole business be gone. And then here I am every week still making enough money to pay all the bills from my Power Lead Systems alone, because this is residual income. You understand what I'm saying? So what I thought I would do is, this is 2021. This is actually August. I'm planning on making a lot of YouTube videos for Power Lead Systems and Exitus Elite. So I wanted to show you how Exitus Elite is my primary business, how I'm still making, I made $3,000 in 3 days last week. I think it was a $4,000 week. And we were in Orlando, Florida on vacation, trying to get the, vacation in before school started. So I want to show you why and how I use Power Lead Systems, and maybe what makes me stand out from other people that's inside and the way they use Power Lead Systems, okay? First of all, Power Lead Systems, if you don't know, they got this little rinky-dink little system. It's called Lead Lightning. Some people are a fan of it, some people are not. I was promoting a business where we had gold as being the minimum part to come into it. So I didn't promote Lead Lightning at all. So it was one of those things. I was getting up to 50 gold members, which are basically people you get commissions, and for them to come in and use their tools. Now, a lot of people, they want to use just share codes. They'll have some big leader that has a really nice sales funnel for one of their primary businesses or whatever it may be. So they wanted to use that share code, and that's all they've done. That's fine too, y'all. I mean, if that's how it works. But I will tell you, if you let your downline learn to use their own tools, they're going to stay with Power Lead Systems for a long time. My first week in the Power Lead Systems, I still have downline, and this is since February 2015. So this is literally 6.5 years, and I still got the exact same people that's been underneath me the entire time. Now, would they still be here if they did not learn to use their tools? Of course not. So what does Power Lead Systems do to me? And if I had to say just one word to describe, or 2 words, it's brand me into every business I do, okay? So let me show you this right here. Gold member, y'all, is the actual residual income. It's when somebody comes through, they're paying $53 a month. Out of 53, let's see, 30 of it goes back to the people. So literally the people are making more money off of each commission than the owners of Power Lead Systems himself. His name is Neil Geist, a really good guy. Michael Price is also affiliated. Is one of the. He's not the owner, but he's dealt into how we get paid. It's called through Priceless Possibilities, and I'm going to show you some of the emails that we get from them as well. And y'all, every Wednesday, I get a paycheck, and there hasn't been a week come by since February of 2015 that I have not got paid in Power Lead Systems. Now, I do not treat Power Lead Systems as my primary business, okay? Because I make more money in my primary businesses, and I always have. But the way I do it is by branding myself. Why do I do YouTube videos? It's because I want people to connect with me, right? Now, if you don't know, yesterday I did a training. It says Exitus Elite Power Lead Systems right here. It was put up 9 hours ago. I actually got finished uploading in the middle of the night, so I'm not expecting a whole lot of views at this time. But y'all, that was a very powerful video where I do a lot of training inside of Power Lead Systems. Now, if you don't know me from Power Lead Systems, if you're brand new right here, this part right here is called Master Traffic Institute. And Master Traffic Institute, I was one of the leaders chosen to do the training inside that, right? So it was me and a few other leaders that come together, and this is a $1,000 commission that's inside of Power Lead Systems. Platinum is a $400 system, so people pay $497 one time, $450 goes back to the people. Now, the reason a first person makes $400, the one above you that sponsored you, who is qualified for Platinum as well, they'll make $50 in the process. You understand what I'm saying? And then you got Diamond, y'all. Diamond is $147 one time, and all these are training series, right? $147 one time, $125 out of that $147 goes back to the people. $100 to the direct sponsor, and $25 to the next person above them who's qualified. However far up it goes, you wind up getting $100 or $25 just because people did not upgrade inside their system. One of the sweetest things about Power Lead Systems also is, let's say that you sponsored 20 people, none of them went diamond, but the number 21 person did. They were in the Facebook group, they saw people posting, seeing the commissions they were making. So that number 21 person goes diamond, they spend the $147. $100 will go to you because you're next in line, even if there's 20 people, and every one of those people get an email letting them know that they just lost $100. Now, how many of those emails will it take before they realize that it's more valuable for them to be upgraded as opposed to losing these $100 commissions? Master Traffic Institute, y'all, is a $1,000 commission. Usually people that go to Master Traffic Institute are also the same ones that do Platinum and do Diamond. So you do not get this and the rest of them come with it. It is each individual training series itself, but you own it for life. So, so even if somebody came in 2 years later after you purchased it, that one-time purchase, you still get these commissions. So I just wanted to show you that this can be a standalone system, especially because of the share code that's in it. But anybody who wants to learn how to make their own content, how to brand themselves, how to make share codes for their downline, so replication for their downline, Power Lead Systems is awesome because the owner is someone that you can respect. They're very religious. They know what they're doing. And this business has been around since 2013, y'all. What is that, 8 years? That's been here. And I've been with them, which every Wednesday is like clockwork, y'all. It's like a Christmas pretty much every Wednesday, so I cannot complain at all. Now, let me show you how I use Power Lead Systems. Okay. I come through here, I make my own sales funnels. I like to stand out from other people. In my capture page, I always want to put a video of me there. Why? It's because I want to brand me. So in this business sales funnel right here, same video, basically same spot. Now, I'm doing one right now, it looks like. I talk about Exitus Elite and how the biggest day I ever had in online business was $9,000. I had a $13,000 weekend. I made over $31,000 in 13 days. Wound up making over $40,000, being able to pay my house off with a primary business, paying cash for my new Jaguar, a little convertible, sapphire blue, ivory leather, navy blue top. Is exactly what I always wanted. Working in the restaurants, this car would come up, and being able to actually purchase this car was pretty awesome. Putting in a new driveway, a half drive of my house and stuff. All this was taking place in the first 30 days I came into this business, so I was very excited about it, right? So when you've got excitement, enthusiasm, you believe in the business, you know it's real, the last thing in the world you want to do is to keep yourself out of the equation because people join people. So what am I going to do is I'm going to put me right here at the front of my house with my hand out saying, y'all, come through, check this out. And, and I talk about the owner, the best owner I've ever seen in any business. Neil Geist is awesome. Michael Price are absolutely awesome, y'all. I'm tickled to death. I've done a training with them, for Master Traffic Institute. With that being said, I've never seen an owner better than Paul Stevenson, point blank, period, right? So understand, why do I have Power Lead Systems? It's because it helps me brand myself. It helps me build, this is a share code for my downline. I can give them this sales funnel, and if they're in Power Lead Systems, and make sure that they're, so they're using the exact same tools I've got. So I've got duplication and replication come in place because of Power Lead systems. Now, once they get done here and they hear somebody that believes in the business, they're connecting with me, they know who I am, I'm standing in front of my door, they go through and it collects the email for them. Now, what that actually looks like, I got a lead, this right here says priceless possibilities. I'm not going to click because it has the information. Here's another lead right here. Here's a lead. Here's a lead. That's what it looks like when the emails come in inside of Power Lead systems. What it means is they put in their name, they put in their email, and they went through here to see the business, right? Now, here's a little bit of training, and I can't not train. I'm just going to tell you, it's in my mind, I got to say it. When I do YouTube videos, y'all, years ago, even when I first started in online business, people could sense and connected with me, and that's what I wanted more than anything, because people join people, right? Just like I said. So what I would do is I would tell somebody about a business. When they went to my sales funnels, they literally, it could have been a weak sales funnel. It wouldn't have even mattered. I've had times where I'd have the capture page here take me directly, because I hadn't had time to make a sales funnel yet, but people could tell that I was excited, enthusiastic in my video. So what happened was they would click here to the capture page, and I'd send it straight to the company to the sign-up page. It didn't even have to be a strong sales funnel or anything like that, because people had already connected with me. But it is awesome that they go to the capture page and then see me here before they went to a business. Y'all, these are the elements that make people like me stand head and shoulders above everybody else who's using the default stuff, because nobody has seen what I've created. It's not some, sales page that's been out there by 10,000 people. Everybody in the world is looking at it. As soon as they say, oh man, I've already seen this. Here's another tip. Never let the cat out the bag when you're doing a capture page. Tell them what you think about it. Tell them about the commissions you made. Tell them about the owner, whatever you want to talk about the sales system, but never say what it is. People have a tendency to think they know what something is when they don't. Now, if you don't believe me, look at Amway years ago. Remember the bad taste everybody had in Amway? Oh, Amway, no. But they would go to these meetings and people would tell them what it was, and people were blown away and shocked. And then at the last minute, they'll tell you what the system was. It was Amway, right? People assumed they knew something when they didn't. Now, I'm not trying to advertise Amway. I'm just trying to tell you, people think they know something when they hear a name when they don't. So don't shoot yourself in the foot by letting the cat out the bag in a capture page. Just don't do it. So nowhere in this video, as much as I talk good about it, I'm just building curiosity so they'll go through. Now, when they go through here, this is me sitting here, and I'm telling them about Exitus Elite. I put your first member in for you, plus you get my private 3-generation bonus training at the G1000. Sign up now to claim your bonus, right? So since 2016, I've been inside of Exitus Elite. I have one of the top leaders in the company. I love the business, absolutely. I think the owner is absolutely incredible. So I've been doing this longer than anybody else. I put the first member in for people at the G1000, which is a $1,000 commission. And so Exitus Elite is a one-up system, and I explain that in this, inside my video here. But what I also do is I put that first person in for them, so that one pass up that's supposed to go up to me, I already take care of that. So my downline, every one of them come in at the G1000 or the brand new G2000, they don't lose anybody because I supplied it first and foremost. So every person they put in is going to be their person and their commission. So why do I use this right here? Is because this is where the information should be placed, inside a Power Lead system, so that so that people can see this first thing. I want this to grab their attention more than anything else, right? Now, my private 3-generation bonus training is me and 2 6-figure earners who absolutely love one-up systems. All 3 of us have been free from a job. One's been free for 5 years, one's been free for 5, and then I've been free for 6 years. So what do I have? I use Power Lead systems to create my own 3-generation bonus training. So it's me and those 2 other leaders. Now, the reason why I do that is because I want people to have different perspectives. Maybe my training Even though I love YouTube, I love Facebook. I'm probably one of the best in Facebook. That's how I got free from a job in 6 months. So my training, I've got a lot of hands-on in that stuff. But let's say somebody wants to learn how to do Instagram, or something like that. Well, I've got a leader that is loving Instagram, and you get that perspective as well. Plus, you get a perspective for somebody else that got free from a job that did it in a different way than I did. Even though all three of us, Miss Adriana, Kelly, Jonathan, which is a team, and then myself, we've all done it in a different way. We all have a lot of things in common, and that doesn't matter who the owner or who the leader is. You're going to wind up seeing that, right? I just chose to keep Power Lead systems so that I can make duplication. I can make sales, for my downline and give out tools like this. So I had two businesses, Newbies on Fire. I was ranked, I think I was number 3 in the world at one time. They made some changes I didn't care to stick with. To be honest, I probably wound up going back and taking them out entirely. But this is universal training, so any one-up system would work with this training. You see what I'm saying? So there's generation 1, generation 2 is Kelly and Jonathan. There's generation 3, and then I go into all my training down here, and I got 19 videos. I even have at the bottom. Let me show you this real quick, y'all. I actually, because of Power Lead Systems, can put in my own chats. So I have chats down here at the bottom. So if your lead wanted to come in and ask a question, or if your member had a question and you're working, I'm free from a job, I can actually answer it for them and stuff like that that's inside it. So again, y'all, these are where I'm using my tools and Power Lead Systems, my backbone business, to help me stand out, brand myself, duplication, replication, and to help me succeed in my primary businesses. Now, even though, let's say last week I made, $4,000, even while I was on vacation pretty much in Florida, I wound up making that with this business. With that being said, and yes, Exitus Elite is my primary business, is Exitus Elite more powerful or more important to me than Power Lead Systems? No, it really isn't. Because without Power Lead Systems, I wouldn't have all these things to help brand me. I would have YouTube, and I grant you, that's a good push. But y'all, being able to have your own capture page where they go through and hear my own, and it makes me stand out right here. I've learned how to make my own buttons and stuff like that. It took me a little while to figure out how to do all this stuff, y'all, but I taught myself how to do these things inside this. If I wanted to explain the business, here it is, y'all. And again, who's that? Well, you probably can't see because of my head. This being my girlfriend sitting here, and this is me explaining Exitus Elite in the video, and then have it down there below so they can click it. You understand what I'm saying? Click to see the charts above. My massive team bonus, all packages give you my private 3-generation bonus training package. It's awesome. Here's my phone number. Here's my email. Message me on Facebook. I made this right here. I've taught myself how to use this using Camtasia and make stuff like this. And then here's a picture of me and my little boy down here at the bottom because I want people to connect with me. I created over 40,000 in 30 days in our Exitus Elite business. Use our powerful sales funnel system that pays you to use your tools, plus free sign-up, traffic, source, all in one. These businesses change lives in plain and simple. Come through, sign up, and connect with us. We'll be waiting for you on the inside. Thanks for coming through. And I got a little counter down here at the bottom. Nobody has this page because I created it. My team can use it, so I have a share code for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's what I use. Now, I've got my own training series, which is 3-generation bonus training, me and the 2 other leaders. Now, because I wanted to give somebody stuff just for coming through, I made Shawn Powell's Mega Swipe file right here. Because so many people wanted to just post and, copy and paste. So I added locations right here. I put down headlines because people don't never know what to write down. These are ones that have been tested. A whole bunch of them. I mean, you can see me scrolling. Here's ad bodies because people didn't know what to put in, stuff like that, y'all. I would say maybe use these if you like, if you just don't have a clue, but change things around, make it more yours so that people connect with you even more. Make sure you put your own phone number so people have access to you. I mean, look how many ad bodies these are right here, y'all. Craigslist script, showing you how people can use Craigslist without spending money. And here's our own team artwork right here. This is me and my cat Bunny. I took a picture of us sleeping, and I said, making money even while we sleep, and come see what we do. So this is what I do. I'm pretty artistic, won congressional art awards in school, stuff like that. So I wanted to have, some of this stuff right here. Now this is not even Exitus Elite income, because Exitus Elite is always $1,000, $2,000 commissions. So this is 1,202 days for this was for newbies on fire. This was just, showing some of the income that's coming in across here. 1,200 in the last 4 days, so this is really when I was focusing at newbies on fire, making some artwork for it at that time. But I want people to have access, so if they wanted to use some proofs of income, there they are. I've got it all together. Again, who do I use to make this with? It's Powell Elite Systems. I've never made a page that I didn't use Powell Elite Systems. Okay? Now, in Exitus Elite, we get to pick how I want to get paid. We get paid immediately. We always make 100% commissions. So because we get to pick how I want to get paid, I decided that in my back office at Exitus Elite, I would send them to my own payment page, right? So I've only got one domain, and that's the only one I've used. So many people got a bunch of different domains, and that's fine. But you can take one domain, Shawn-Powell.com, and I can make 10,000 subdomains. So everything you just looked at are subdomains to Shawn-Powell.com. So once a year, I pay whatever that is, and I will tell you, that will never change. I don't care what happens in my life. I don't care if I lose my limbs. Whatever happens, I will always, that's going to be a given. I'm never going to give up that domain because everything I've created inside of Powell Elite Systems is all off of one domain. Now, if you like to do more, that's entirely up to you. Some leaders teach you to do that. It just doesn't really matter because you can make subdomains and they're unlimited, right? So my subdomain says Exitus Elite Payment Page Shawn-Powell.com, and when you come here, people are get the choice to pay for PayPal if they like to use PayPal, if they do or don't. Here's debit or credit card, and they can pick right here if they want to do G1000 or whichever level that they want to come in at. I took and put a picture here. I did Cash App right here. Here's me showing somebody sending $2,000 per se. And I give them a little bit of information about Cash App. Here's Google Pay and Western Union down here, y'all. And then I give them some instructions to let them know what to do after. So I give debit, credit card, PayPal, Cash App, Google Pay, and Western Union. Now, why do I do Western Union? It's because there are countries where PayPal isn't allowed, or there's so many restrictions that they try to use a debit or credit card to pay $1,000 or whatever it may be. They can't. It's not their fault. It's their country's restrictions. Nigeria, parts of Northern Africa. I mean, there's lots of different locations that can have this problem for a business that you may have that's worldwide. So by having Western Union, instead of having somebody hitting their head, especially if you got seniors and they're just brand new to this, and I love my seniors, I really do. I get a lot of people that's older than I am, and I'm about to be 50 years old myself. So I get to see a lot of seniors, over these years. Instead of them banging their head against the wall and quitting, trying to pay you, which would be a huge, it'd be a terrible thing. What I wind up looking at is try to make it simple for them. So the simplicity is going to be, hey, y'all, just go to Western Union, send it that way. You always make 100% commissions, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just teaching you right here for whatever business you do, if you are getting paid person to person, in like a one-up system like most of them are, Western Union can be a great way to take away the headaches for people who are having issues. And if you don't know, you make 100% commission. So if they sent me $1,000, it would literally be $1,000, and it would not be a check. It is true $1,000 in cash, and that's awesome. So that's something to think about when it comes to Western Union. And there's so many different locations. I live in the middle of nowhere. There's only one stoplight. You hear that in the old, in North Carolina, this is one stoplight town, but that's the truth. And I've got like 4 different locations that I can go through Western Union right here in this town. So it's something to think about. So I just wanted to show you again how I'm using Powell Elite Systems in 2021 to brand me into every business I do. I don't care what the business is. As soon as I get in it, I might start doing YouTube videos. I may not have any pages created yet at that moment but I will probably sooner or later. And even at the worst case scenario, I'd probably make a capture page like this and then send them somewhere so that I'm still in front of my house and people are connecting with me. If I do YouTube and they're connecting with me, and then they go to capture page and they connect with me, and if I send them to the sales funnel itself, and then I send them a good follow-up email after I get a lead saying that Power Lead Systems, this person come through, and I use what's called a canned response inside of my Gmail. So all I got to do is copy and paste, put in there, and I do take the time to write people's name. And I got another picture of me. The point is, I'm going to brand myself every step of the way. How much has it been worth to me? I taught branding myself is the most important thing. I've heard it so many times. Tim Chisanis, when I first started online business, I didn't have a sponsor. I had to learn a lot of things by myself. Tim was always saying the number one thing you could ever do in online business is brand yourself. And I didn't really understand it at that moment. But when I really figured it out, that it meant letting people connect with you so that they can see you believe in the business. Join businesses that only you believe in, and then being able to have a system like Power Lead Systems to let me duplicate my own pages and make me stand out from everybody else. It really set me above everybody else, y'all. I've been number one and number two in the world in just about everything I've been in. And I'm not bragging. I'm saying it's because I figured this out. People join people. What does a great sponsor is? Someone that believes in the business, who is applying action, right? So what's applying action to me is if they're doing YouTube, they're picking YouTube, focusing on that. If they're doing Facebook, if they're doing solo ads or whatever, you can see the work is being put in. So they're applying action, and they are accessible. They answer the phone. You see what I'm saying? Anybody could be that person. They really could. So why do I stand out from other people? Power Lead Systems helps me duplicate it, brand, make all my training pages. I've done this for so many systems, y'all. Number one, number two in the world in Press One Cash. Number one in the world for Mobile Biz Op. Some older businesses where the owners made bad decisions. I've been number one, number two in the world. Life-changing income. And every step of the way, y'all, even though Power Lead Systems was never my primary business, I've had $2,000, $3,000 weeks inside of Power Lead Systems. I grant you that. Every Wednesday is still payday like clockwork. It's never been my primary business. And, a while back, Neil had got in touch with me. They're doing some interviews. I didn't wind up being able to do it. I can't remember what the reason was. But he wanted me to be one of the people in the interviews because I do it so differently than everybody else. But at times, y'all, even when I had, I made 200 diamonds in the first 2 years, and I got inside of Power Lead Systems, even when I was brand new. Neil Geist called me and asked me, what are you doing to get all these, diamonds in? And I was literally telling people to upgrade in the business. When they first come in and they go gold, I send them a message letting them know, hey, y'all, diamond is pretty awesome. Haven't gotten a lot of platinums at this moment, but diamonds is really the hot one right now. 147, 125 of it goes back to the people. If you don't do this, and when your downline does, you're going to get emails letting you know you just lost $100. And y'all, you don't want to get these emails, not with this ratio of people that come in at this level. Saying something like that, y'all, I'm not lying to them. I'm telling them the truth because I was having so many downline. I felt bad if I didn't tell them they need to upgrade because of the number of commissions I was making from their downline just because they didn't. So I was just giving them the information that's needed. All right, y'all, I'm going to end this video. I can see me probably doing some more Power Lead Systems videos, y'all. I would highly suggest subscribing to my channel. The reason why, if you look down here at, let me go to home real quick, I'll show you. Even though I am focusing at Exitus Elite right now, I've got over 200 videos for Exitus Elite. Love it. It's my primary business. Y'all, I've got an entire Power Lead Systems training center down here. Here's the Power Lead Systems Take a Walk With Me training series as well, where I show how to momentum, all these things. Y'all, I watched a video yesterday from Power Lead Systems that was from 2017, and I was so inspired by it that I took notes on it and done a new updated version of the exact same video that I made back in 2017. And this is it right here, y'all. This is August 30th, 2017, How to Make It in Power Lead Systems, Rules to Follow Power Lead Systems 2021. Y'all, I believe in Power Lead Systems. I believe in the owner. You cannot sit down and make hundreds of videos, hundreds, without believing in what you're doing. And that's why Power Lead Systems will always, if I had to pay 5 years in advance just to go ahead and get it knocked out the way, I would do it in Power Lead Systems, and I'm not even think twice about it, because I know that that's not going to change. I know the power of Power Lead Systems. And then Exitus Elite, y'all, primary businesses that are making ridiculous income, and I can just mash record and let go. When you find a business that you believe like that, and get over your hang-ups. I'm blind in my right eye entirely. I could easily years ago say, I can't do this, I can't do YouTube videos, but instead I sat down with my $4 stand and an old S3 phone, and I knocked out 165 videos in like a month and a half, even if I didn't know what I was doing, because I was looking for change. And I was excited about online business, and I didn't care what anybody thought about me anymore. I would rather go find freedom for me and my son, who now I have been home for half his life, and because I got over my hang-ups. Y'all, branding yourself is a lot of getting over your hang-ups. But please understand, y'all, when you get over your hang-ups, these are your hang-ups. It's not the people watching. They don't care how old you are, if you're ugly, if you're missing an ear, if you're blind like I am in my right eye. You know, I was so self-conscious. I went a decade where I didn't even take a picture at all. And to go from that to over 1,300 videos, and online business did that for me. Built my confidence up, y'all. And, you know, so a lot can be taught by applying action, y'all. And online business changed my life. And, you know, it still is. We bought a yacht. It's a 40-foot yacht. It's a dream, dream boat, to be honest. I talk about in a lot of my videos. I go down there and stay a couple of days, just enjoy the boat. And don't even go anywhere, or just go work on stuff like that, y'all. And you're talking about a guy that's been free from a job since 2015. And the most money he ever had in the bank ever was $15,000 while working 65 hours a week for 26 years with no end in sight, owning a yacht, and, and being free from a job after all these years. It's online business is there. Just find the business you believe in and let go and let these people connect with you. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, y'all. I will be making more videos for Power Lead Systems. That one yesterday was a great one. I would suggest watching that. Power Lead Systems, this one right here, it says Power Lead Systems 2021 Powerful Free Training. Definitely take a look at that one, y'all. I really enjoyed making that one, and I'm looking forward. My little boy's back in school, so there's going to be a lot of videos coming forward. If you're interested in Exitus Elite, contact me. Let me know you're ready to do this, y'all. My phone numbers are always down below. And what they'll do is send me your, tell me you're ready to do this. I'll send you my downlines link. You'll sign up underneath them, my last one in line, and then you are passed up to me. And that's the way I get these people qualified in the process. And I'll take your link and do the exact same thing. All right, y'all. I appreciate you watching. If anything, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Appreciate it.